Yo, what is up? It is I, DJC, here for another video here on DJ's Destiny. What is up, guys? We're here for the predictions for patch notes 3.2.1 for Destiny because that the patch actually goes live today. It's July 6th. So we got Solstice Day. We got some new changes to Crucible that were planned for season 15, but they're here now. Thank God. And I'm kind of gonna go through this patch notes tier list, and we will see. And I'm just gonna go through like what my predictions on where everything is gonna shake out, depending on how the patch notes actually affect these guns in the game. So for right now, what I'm going to do first is put everything where it stands currently pre 3.2.1. So pre 2.3 pre 3.2.1, Deadman's is still one of the best guns in the game. Igneous Hammer also gets Igneous Hammer and Igneous Hammer Adept get a depth of range, so that's insane. Not only that, Steady True Prophecy is a bit under Igneous Hammer. It still gets explosive payload, which is stupid, and it gets explosive payload swash. So, you know what? That goes in S tier. Explosive payload swash. You can two tap people. This can also two tap people. Bottom dollar is strong, but not as strong as Igneous Hammer. It's still above the focal point of balance because it's a 120, and it also has access to explosive payload. So that's great. Steady Hand, Outlaws, Swash, stupid. It's actually up here with Igneous Hammer. It just doesn't have an adept version of it, so it's not as strong, but it's still pretty strong. We got Ace of Spades being an A plus above the focal point of balance, because as soon as you get a kill on Ace, it turns into a 120. I think it hits for about like a little, if not 90, a little less than 90 per headshot with increased range, and it shoots at the rate of a 140, so that's fun. Astral Horizon, since the initial nerf to Quick Draw being removed, Astral Horizon has dropped down to A for right now, and it's there alongside CQC. It's there, and then we have Felwinter's Lie, which is S tier. It's still current pre 3.2.1. It is still the best shotgun in the game. Final Verdict is an A plus tier because it does not have a curated role, while it still has access to slide shot, opening shot on it. You have to farm to get it when you can just buy Felwinter's Lie. So that's where this stands. Reese Walker is in A plus as well. It's a lightweight frame that has access to Iron Reach, which is crazy, by the way. This can get up to almost 100 range, depending on the role, if not more. The role that I currently have in the game is 96 range with Smoothbore, which is the same range as Duality. So, alright. Bastion's in A+. And Messenger is currently is also an A+. So here's what I'm going to do, right? This is where it stands, and I'm going to explain the tiers. Tiers, S tier, meaning this is literally, if you have this gun on, you basically just win the game. There's no argument that this is the most broken, unbalanced tier, and if you have it on, you most likely win the game. And we have Deadman's, Igneous. I know I don't have Igneous Hammer Adept, but Igneous Hammer Adept is included in this one. True Prophecy, Steady Hand, Felwinter's Lie. And then A plus is the tier right above the focal point of balance. Probably doesn't really need tuning, but it should definitely get looked at because it is quite powerful, and it's just really strong for no apparent reason. So that's why bottom dollar is here, because bottom dollar doesn't have good rolls for the most part, but it does have access to explosive payload opening shot. So that's cute. And we have Ace of Spades again. Ace of Spades wasn't S tier 2 seasons ago. Season of the Hunt, Beyond Light first drop. It was S tier because because of Memento Mori, it was hitting for like a 120, but with 140 RPM, so that's cool. We have Found Verdict. Found Verdict is A tier because it's above the focal point of balance solely because it has access to slide shot and opening shot. Reese Walker being A plus tier, it's a lightweight frame that has access to Iron Reach, which is insane. This gun being released innately buffed this gun more, Igneous Hammer. So that's cool. Bastion, I don't really have anything to say about Bastion. It's strong. It's stronger than most other fusion rifles in the game, but it's not broken. And then Messenger is strong with with most things it's pretty good. This is good outside of PvP as well, so that's another reason why it's an A plus tier. So here's what we got for, because I'm gonna pull up the TWAB on my phone because I have notes on here because the patch notes isn't live yet, but from the TWAB you can get the patch notes from there. So hold on, I'm pulling this up on the phone. Is it on the phone? Where is? There we go. Found it. All right. So first thing we're gonna start is with the shotguns. So because they started with shotguns, right? So they increased the aggressive frame shotgun cone angle from 4.0 to 4.25. I wish there was a better way that they could have explained that, but I think they made it so that the cone is a bit higher, I guess. So you can't really try and snipe people from very far away. They reduced the shotgun damage fall off minimum by 2 meters, and they increased the the shotgun damage fall off by 2 more meters. So that's to reduce the amount of damage that you get to do with these aggressive frames. Because you got to remember, the aggressive frame shotguns, for the most part, with the right perks, you can literally just snipe somebody with them. The intended change is them to keep them more viable, but you want them to be, you have to be a lot closer range to get these kill confirms. So with that being said, because that's just aggressive frame shotguns. So first off, Velwinter's Lie is probably going to drop to A plus, because remember, here's the thing you want to remember with Velwinter's Lie. Velwinter's slide shot opening shot stacks, so it still quadruples your range for your shotgun. So it's still going to probably be the best shotgun in the game, because they did not remove opening shot off Velwinter's Lie, which is really the only thing it needed. If they take off opening shot on all these shotguns, they'll be a lot more balanced, because opening shot is just better than slide shot, because it's a 3-second cooldown rather than having to sprint and slide and shoot. You can maintain your crosshair on anybody. Not that sliding matters, because either way, if you shotgun slide, you'll still dome somebody with it. But opening shot definitely gives you just the extra range for doing nothing, which is why I think Reese Walker is gonna go into S tier, with shotgun falling down, with Velwinter's falling down a little bit, because Reese Walker with Iron Reach and Quick Draw, if you want Quick Draw, I have a surplus Iron Reach on my Reese Walker. Iron Reach is just better opening shot because it doesn't go on cooldown, and it's a lightweight frame, so you just get to abuse the fact that you get to abuse the fact that you have insane range and you can move at the speed of sound. So a lot of times when you slide, you have a lot more momentum, even though the momentum doesn't affect the actual range of the gun. Innately, having Reese Walker out makes you faster, so it feels that you can hit from further away, and a lot of those times those shots that you hit from further away are confirmed kills for the most part, and there's not really much anybody can do about it. So yeah, no, Reese Walker is definitely going into S tier. That's probably you're gonna see a lot more Reese Walkers than you really would hope to see in the upcoming changes. So for Found Verdict, the other shotgun, uh, I'm gonna keep Found Verdict in a still an A plus tier. It's still above the focal point of balance because it still has access to slide shot opening shot. But again, it's one of those things where you have to farm a raid in order to get that role of this shotgun. Well, you can still get away with other roles. Like if you get at least slide shot or opening shot, it's still good. You probably want opening shot more, but you still need to farm for that god roll PvP Found Verdict. It's still gonna be good though. That's still gonna be good. Other shotguns, I think with the nerf to aggressive frame shotguns, Astral Horizon is gonna fall even further below because with Astral Horizon losing its quick draw, it was a big hit to it. Not that quick draw being replaced with surplus is any better because it's really not. Because in my opinion, right, I think surplus is better, straight up better than quick draw. Because as long as you have abilities, and there's a bunch of ways to regen abilities, you have increased handling, reload speed, and it gives you something else. And I think it's stability as well. So you get to have all of that on your Astral, but again, Astral hasn't been used in forever. So the data does not support that Astral Horizon will be good again. So it's putting in B plus. It's just underperforming. It shouldn't get any buffs or anything, but at least it's not being overly used. And for CQC, another shotgun, it's gonna stay in A tier. So it stayed in A tier because the changes don't affect it. It had slide shot, yes, which increases its range, but for the most part, CQC is a PvE shotgun that can be used in PvP because it gets like Vorpal Weapon. It gets some other stuff on it. But for right now, CQC is still in A tier because it is balanced all around. Yeah, you can get sniped by CQC sometimes, but it does not have Iron Reach. So, hey man, we got it. So, all right, next thing that we got is the aggressive frame hand cannons, right? Our 120s. So, reduce precision damage multiplier from 1.8 to 1.6, preventing the 10% damage bonus from allowing 2-tapping in PvP. Reduce aim assist fall off distance by 1 to 2 meters depending on range stat. Reduce the damage fall off distance by 1 meter. This reduces their damage fall off advantage over other hand cannons to 1 meter as usual. This is 1 meter before zoom scalar. Alright, cool. So first off, these 120s cannot 1-tap you. Cannot 2-tap you, I should say. They cannot 2-tap you, and they have reduced aim assist at further distance depending on their range stat. So here's what's gonna happen here, right? This is leaving this S tier, and so is this. It's still gonna be strong, but not as strong. We still have to see if this nerf to 120 hand cannons is gonna matter with the range stat. But this, I want to keep my eye out for bottom dollar because bottom dollar gets opening shot and slide shot. Again, the perks that quadruple your range. Yes, it's all the first shot, but it's still a quadruple range first hit, right? So that first hit isn't gonna matter for the DPS drop off. However, it still won't be able to 2-tap you from across the range. But this base Igneous Hammer is going to A+. Igneous Hammer Adept, however, still has access to Adept range. And Adept range straight up gives you 10 range. So if you have 83 range on your Igneous Hammer Adept and you slap on an Adept range, you have 93 range. So you have more range than Sturm. So why would you use Sturm? And then you have this. And you can move faster. And you can still abuse that this gun is probably the best PvP gun and cannon in the video game. They should really just remove a depth range. At this point, just remove a depth range from the game. Okay? So these guys are going down, definitely. Explosive Payload is still going to carry this. Swash is still going to carry this, but you can't 2-tap people. We will not be able to 2-tap people anymore in PvP. I think even with a stacked up, the way that they worded this, even with a stacked up Swash, you won't be able to 2-tap people. And I'm pretty sure this also gets... Swash. But it gets Explosive Payload, so... You gotta remember, Explosive Payload, while the damage drop-off for this hand cannon, like the actual bullet damage drop-off is reduced, Explosive Payload still maintains the other 50% of the damage. So, even with the range, you'll still be doing a lot of damage from far away. So, well, again, that's why I want to keep my eye out on this one. This is definitely going down, and this is definitely going down as well. But you, bottom dollar, is who I want to keep my eye on. Hey, and guess what? With these guys being brought back in line, I guess, this is going up. It shoots faster than these guys. It's still a 3-tap. And then this is still hitting for 90. From insane range with 140 RPM. So Ace is... It's like they keep forgetting about Ace. That Ace is a gun. And there's literally an entire season pre-Igneous Hammer where Ace was the most oppressive PvP gun in the game. Because of Memento Mori. And this gun has not been touched at all. So, balance? Question mark? I don't know. I don't work there yet. So yeah, that's what we got here. We got for this. So they're fixing Reservoir Burst, but that's not for PvP. Dead Man's Tale, right? This is the last thing that we got on here. Dead Man's Tale. So for Dead Man's Tale, remove the hipfire damage fall off scaler was 1.8 to match the zoom, because the hipfire for Dead Man's Tale needed to match the ADS drop off. Just let that sink in. The hipfire that has no deviation needed to match the ADS drop off of the bullets, and you can click it as you can shoot it as fast as you can click. Dead Man's Tale. So, with that being removed from the game, they also removed the aim assist hip scalar, aim assist cone angle hipfire scalar reduced from 1.5 to 1.2. Again, they don't explain really what that means, but they reduce the aim assist on hipfire mode, so your bullets won't magnetize as much to players. I still don't think that is enough for Deadman's, so I'm gonna drop Deadman's to A+ for right now, because you know it's Deadman's and it's dumb. They really have to remove re-add back the scout rifle hipfire penalty to it, because you can still fire it as fast as you can click, and if someone runs at you and they're at close range, they can still get body bagged, so you don't have to worry about ADSing ever. I mean, for longer range kills, you're gonna have to ADS now, and you're locked to 120 RPM. But remember, after every headshot, the damage still does increase. Cranial Spike does increase both body damage and your next headshot damage. So it is possible to still get 2-tapped by Dead Man's Tale. It's almost like if they just added Cranial Spike to kills, it would balance the gun out a bit more. But what do I know? I'm just a guy that plays the video game. So that's really it. We'll see how this thing shakes out. I'll probably be back next week to talk a little bit more about where I see the meta going. But as of right now, this is it. This is kind of Igneous Hammer is still in S tier because I truly believe Igneous Hammer Adept. A regular base Igneous Hammer is probably going to be an A plus, but Igneous Hammer Adept still has access to Adept range, which gives you 10 range for no reason, and Rapid Hit. Can't forget that it gives you Rapid Hit and it gets Rampage. So, and even with the damage fall off that you can't 2-tap people, rather than 2-tapping people, a lot of times Rampage and all that just increases the damage that you can get to do from further distances. So, we'll see if the aim assist helps against Igneous Hammer as much. We'll see if the definitely Reese Walker is going up, and definitely Ace. I feel like Ace is probably gonna go up, but we'll see. Let's hopefully the PvP changes make a difference. Because as of right now, man, I still hate Igneous Hammer. I still hate it. But that's about it. I'll see you guys for the patch, and that's really it. I'm gonna see you guys later.